this is Jade, and I'm back with my creative journal flip for the month of September. And I chose to do mushrooms because I had been seeing them everywhere. Even when I went out for my night walks, I had seen a patch of them growing in an area I'd never seen before. And then here I just kind of lettered September out, and I colored it in with one of my glitter sparkle pop pens. And just look at the shimmer on that. So pretty. Okay, this page, September 4th, is a little bit of a story, so if you want to speed this up, hit the playback thing down there, and like speed me up to 1.5 or 2 or whatever. Anyway, so I manifested a trip to Los Angeles, guys, and I only paid $60. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. Okay, so first of all, a little backstory. I've been wanting to get to LA since I was 15 years old. It was a dream of mine to actually go to UCLA for college. And basically I let well-intentioned, well-meaning people in my life talk me out of it. I take complete responsibility for that. I'm sure there was probably some fear behind it as well for me. So whatever. I didn't end up going to UCLA for college. And then life just kind of happened. So I never made it out to LA, but I've always wanted to go. And I had determined that this was the year that I was going, come hell or high water. By the end of this year, I was getting to LA. I happened to say something about wanting to go to on Facebook, and one of my friends who lives out there was like, oh, yeah, you can come visit me. And I was like, perfect. I'm going to show you how things start lining up for you when you make a decision about what you want or whatever. And so I decided to do my imaginary scenes. You guys know that I talk about when I want to manifest something, whatever. And so I think I went to the inn, as Neville suggests, and I came up with an imaginary scene that implied that I had already been on my trip and come back. And I think it was either my nephew telling me he liked his souvenirs or him asking me how my trip was, something like that, or whatever. And then also, just kind of as an added thing I would do on my night walks, when I'd go out for my walks at night, I would just look down at my feet and I would pretend that I was walking on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and I would pretend there were like palm trees on either side of me or whatever. So let me tell you how the actual manifestation unfolded, or the bridge of incidents or whatever. Finally, it was getting later and later in the year, and I finally I made another decision, like, okay, I am going to LA before the end of October. That's it. October is my deadline. And when I made that decision, God moved. And I happened to just one day call my sister up, because she travels a lot. She has to travel a lot for work, and she also travels a lot for leisure. So she knows about what I needed to ask her. And I was calling her to ask her about travel credit cards, because I do want to start traveling more, and I figured if I was going to pay for this flight, I might as well get some benefit out of it, some travel benefit out of it, and something that I could use, in the future or whatever. And so she was telling me this, that, and third, and she was asking me what I was trying to do, and I was just letting her know that I was, preparing to take my trip to LA. And she was like, I may have some points that you can use or whatever. And she was like, yeah, just send me some dates that you're thinking about going. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, just send me some dates. So I sent her some dates, and she looked up whatever. She looked up the dates, and she was like, are these flight times and stuff okay for you? And I'm looking at them like, perfect, let's do it or whatever. And so she paid for the thing with her points, and the only thing I had to pay, I ended up paying $60, because it was like, I think it was like maybe $32 or $37 that wasn't covered by the points. And then she also wanted to add the $17 insurance, just in case like the flight got canceled or whatever, anything like that, I'd still be able to go on my trip later. So yeah, so I just ended up sending her $60 to cover that or whatever. And I got my trip to LA. Matter of fact, I leave on Thursday. I'm so excited. So yeah, this stuff, it works, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, prove it to yourself. Do something simple. I do this. Just write a list of little simple things, like I got a free coffee. Do it in as if it's already happened, though. Like, someone is going to give me a free coffee. Don't do it like that. Do it like somebody gave me a free card. Do it past tense. Or I saw a red balloon or anything. And you'll see these things start showing up in your life. Like, you'll see these things show up. I'm telling you. Anyway, same day, it was either the season premiere or the day I actually watched the season premiere of The Mayans, which is a spinoff of Sons of Anarchy. You guys know I love that show. This is the second season. I love the first season. So it was nice to catch up with Easy and Angel and see what was going on or whatever. So let's see. September 9th, I've been on kind of a cleaning frenzy this month. You know how I wanted to do a project I had seen online for craft fair I'm most likely gonna do. And so you know how you start looking for something that there was these knobs that I needed for the project, and I know I had some. I know I've bought some before. I just don't remember where I stuck them or whatever. So you know how you start digging stuff out, and then that somehow turns into a clean. It's like you just start digging everything out, and like, okay, this can go, this can go, this can turn into a whole cleaning spree. I was ready to take all of that crap and throw it away, but then I was just like, I will send it to the Durham Scrap Exchange. But then my mom was like, oh, I'm gonna have a yard sale, so she used it in the yard sale. So whatever. Yeah, so that's pretty much what was going on that whole day. Like, I was looking for those knobs, and I never found the knobs. I had to go out and buy some, and I know I have some in this house somewhere. So anyway, the next day, not the next day, September 12th, everything was kind of coming up. Jade, man, like, well, I went to Hobby Lobby looking for a clearance, but my store hadn't clearance stuff yet. So I did get one of those hand knives and just use a coupon, and figure by the time they clearance it out, coming back and forth, I will have used that up in gas. So And then I had made an intention a while ago that anything that was coming in the mail for me would come earlier than like the anticipated date or whatever. So my new glasses that I had ordered were supposed to be in on the 14th, but they came in on the 12th. My contacts came in the same day. So it was perfect. Went and picked that up, and then again with the cleaning, I got home and decided I was going to clean out the bottom of my bathroom cabinet. So that was crazy. And then my sister had sent gifts from Italy. She had been to Italy recently. I told you guys my sister travels all the time. I'm trying to be like her. I want to be like my little sister when I grow up. And she sent me some great gifts. I'm going to show you my favorite ones out of what she sent. First of all, she sent me this nice clutch. And it's got this little pocket here and this one here. And this is what I'm probably going to use on my trip to LA. Keeping it simple. I don't really like carrying around big stuff with me. Anyway, it is genuine leather made in Italy. It is my favorite color. And it smells divine. Every time I pick it up, I'm smelling it. Same with this journal. She knows her sister. Love this journal. It's so pretty. Not sure what I want to do with it yet. It could be like a sketchbook or another commonplace book when I'm done with my other one. Just love it. And also, genuine leather made in Italy. Every time I pick this up, I have to sniff it as well. So, yeah, just a good day. Let's see, on the 16th, again with the cleaning, my car had been needing a little TLC, so I took her out and got her cleaned up. And also this night I had been binging that show Mindhunter, the second season on Netflix. And it's an interesting show. It's the origin stories, kind of how the FBI started profiling, especially profiling serial killers. So definitely interesting. I wasn't all together thrilled with the way this season ended, but it was still a very interesting and engaging season. Again, I've said this before, but if you like the ID channel, anything like that, forensic files, stuff like that, you will like this show. I think you'll be interested in this show. So the next day, well, the 20th, I had my kidney appointment, and it was just easy. You know how sometimes appointments can be so difficult, you seem like, but this was just so, I love going to this place just because it's so easy. They called me in pretty much right away. Excuse me, I was just briefly talking to the doctor. When the phlebotomist got my blood, first of all, she gave me like the nicest compliment, like the nicest compliment. And then she got my blood in one stick. I know that's not a big deal to a lot of you, but usually they are sticking me like 3-4 it's ridiculous. But yeah. And then she had to get a lot of blood too. And then I had made an intention, y'all, I had made an intention like a while ago that everywhere I go I get free parking. Now there is no free parking at this hospital, okay? It's just not a thing, especially not in this area that I went to. Like, it's different from the main hospital. I've never gotten free parking in this area, but somehow this day they were giving all of the people that came in, the patients and stuff, parking vouchers. So when I left, it was free. I didn't pay a thing. And also that day, with my appointment, I hadn't slept pretty much at all. I had like maybe 2 hours of sleep before I had to get up and go to my appointment. So when I got back, that's what I did. I went to sleep. And I had the craziest dream that I found like a crap ton of money. I like those dreams. Like, let's see that show up in real life, okay? Anyway. So September 21st, as you all know, or as I mentioned before, I don't know if you've seen the video, I'll link it up top here, but Charlie has a new show coming out November 1st on Apple TV called Shantaram. I said Charlie like I know him. Anywho, me, I've always been one of those the book is better type people. So I had to go out that day and purchase the book or whatever, and I've been reading it, and so far I am loving it. Like, loving it. So yeah, so that's pretty much what was going on that day. Yeah. So, and I got this copy, I got it from Barnes and Noble, and then ended up a couple days later finding a used copy in my used bookstore, and that's the copy I'm reading, and I'm just gonna keep the Barnes and Noble copy pristine and on my shelf or whatever, because it is a good story, so it's something I want to keep. And so the 24th, I think this is when I posted my 200 subscriber giveaway. So again, I want to thank you guys for supporting my channel. I really appreciate you guys. Like, you keep me motivated to keep going with my journaling and things like that. I love it. So thank you guys for your support and your encouragement. I really do appreciate it. And the 27th, my nephew has decided to take up ice skating, and he's actually really good at it. Like, he started off good at it. It's funny because when I was a kid, I used to love to roller skate, and then I had these roller blades, and then I think at camp or something they took us ice skating, and I pretty much, well, I was a natural just because, I mean, I don't like it, so I'm not like an expert, but I could do it pretty much right away because I had been on the rollerblades, so it was like the same thing, just on ice. But frankly, I'm not a fan of ice skating because you guys know I do not like the cold. So the only thing is, his mom and him were saying that they were supposed to be signing him up for hockey. So if he's doing hockey, Auntie's gonna have to go to the games, and I'm just gonna have to dress like an Eskimo because I don't do cold. Anyway, that same night, I had the craziest hankering for a burger, and so I went to the Cookout, which in my state is like the it's kind of like the In-N-Out of Los Angeles, or California has In-N-Out. You know, every different state has like their own kind of state famous type burger joint or whatever, something like that, or whatever. Well, Cookout is ours. Cookout is North Carolina, so whatever. And yeah, so, and when they're like right off the grill, which is most of the time because they usually are pretty busy, when the food is right off the grill and it's fresh and hot, oh my God, woo, almost nothing beats a Cookout burger right off the grill. So definitely satisfied. And lastly, on the 28th, this was when I went to the bookstore, and they, you know, used bookstore. It's called Fifth Street Books, and I found the different spiritual-ish books, the botany books or whatever. And I think I found a quarter that day. I get so excited when I find change. Matter of fact, the other day I found 6 cents. I was like, yes, everything is coming up jade here. So, yeah, and then I just did like a whole lot of signs and synchronicities going on for me this day. Like almost every day. Like I just feel like I'm in such a flow state. Just my life period is just like flowing. So I don't know. But anyway, that is pretty much it for the end of September, guys. If you have any comments or questions about anything, definitely leave those below. If you're new here, subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications of when I post. Usually Mondays and Fridays. Every now and again, an extra one thrown in here or there. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this flip, guys. I hope you're having a great week, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.